Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're up here early on a Saturday morning and we're getting straight to work on this fence line. So Cody's come up with his loader. He's clearing out this fence line that we talked about a couple videos ago, and we have some more heavy equipment on the way today, and we're gonna transform our farm. So stick around, you're not gonna wanna miss this. So most of today's video is going to be a lot of heavy equipment work. I'm going to try and keep the talking to a minimum. It's very hard for me to kind of explain what's going on. It's pretty self-explanatory anyways. But Cody's going to be working on this fence line, and then I have the other piece of equipment going in to do a completely separate job. And then while he's doing that job, Cody and I are actually going off-site. I'm going to help him take care of a little bit of, we're going to be doing a little footage for his company off-site. So what I'm doing today is trying to get footage for ourselves and get footage for his company and put something together for him. So most of today's video is going to be heavy equipment work and a little less talking than normal. Hope you're okay with that. Wow, half-hour transformation. There you have it. Fence line is completely gone. I'm so happy. Cody's doing an amazing job. You can always tell when a guy loves his job, and this man loves it. So I think all we gotta do now is just go ahead and take all the roots out, re-level this, and then we'll be ready for some seed. I gotta go pick that up today. Alrighty, so here's what we got going on. We have Coty in his Forestry Mulcher right now, and what he's doing is pretty much laying out the border of where we want this forest cleared. Now, as you can see, this used to be pasture, and as you can see, this is it's grown up pretty thick, so it wasn't maintained for a number of years, and little saplings, these little cedars and the brush, briars, everything is just pretty much taken over. So what I'm having them do is clear basically down to this big tree right here. We're gonna save all these trees with caution tape on them because those are nice walnuts and hardwoods. But they're basically clearing, going this way, all the way back to pretty much where the barn is. They're also gonna be clearing a fence line path so I can start running the high tensile. So once he's done here today, we are 100% ready to start getting up our new cattle fencing. I am super excited. I'm very grateful that Coty came over today and have the opportunity for him to clean all this out because it's long overdue and I want cattle. So I came down through here with a brush hog a couple years ago, or last year, and back down in a couple spots to see if I could clear all this stuff out with the brush hog on my tractor, and I can't. And to be honest, there is no way of doing this kind of work without a forestry mulcher. You can bulldoze it, but you're gonna scrape all the topsoil off. This is what Coty's leaving behind right now. Coty's leaving behind about an inch of just absolutely shredded mulch, and then down underneath all of this, look how deep that is. We have beautiful topsoil. So Gabrielle's actually gone to the farm store to pick up chicken feed right now, and she's gonna be picking up some grass seed. We're gonna go ahead and seed this once they're all done, which is going to be today. So I'll probably come out here tomorrow before we get another rainstorm. We're gonna go ahead and throw down probably a fescue and orchard grass mix. And this mulch right here is gonna prevent any of that seed from washing downhill, because this is pretty steep and it runs right back down towards our house. So this mulch will keep everything in place and allow that seed time to germinate. So I asked Jacob and Gabrielle to come out and tag whatever trees that they don't want Coty to take down, and I think they kind of overestimated the power of the forestry mulcher here, just a little bit. Well, as you can see right behind me, we have finally completed the addition of 2 more acres of additional pasture on our farm. And that's a huge deal for us, and I'll tell you why. We plan on running Dexter cattle, and Dexter cattle are a smaller breed which only require around a half an acre of pasture per head versus about an acre of pasture per head of, say, like a Black Angus or a larger breed of cattle. What that means for us is we could potentially run 4 more head of Dexter cattle on our farm than we anticipated before. Now, I'm not saying that our overall plan of how many cattle we actually want to run on our farm has changed, but it does present the opportunity for us to expand if we ever want to later on. That also means that the cattle that we do have on the farm are going to be much lighter on the pasture, and perhaps we don't have to rotate those head of cattle as frequent as we thought we would before. Now, Coty and Justin from Bushbusters Land Management came in here and absolutely knocked this project right out of the park. They did it in 2 days. It was a 2-day weekend. I think they ran about 5 to 6 hours each day, as well as also knocking out the fence line that we had over by our barn that you saw us get cleaned out in the beginning of this video. Now, as far as the fence line is concerned, that's really important for us because that's the last piece of fence line we need to clean before I'm 100% ready to start building on new fence lines. So we are all completely ready to start putting up our new high tensile fence lines and get prepared for the cattle next spring. So I'm super excited for that. But back to Coty and Justin, these guys are exactly what you want from a contractor. There are 2 things in my book that make a great contractor. One is, can you perform the job with minimal input from the hirer, myself? So in this case, I gave them very minimal input. I gave them a couple of big trees as a line of sight and said, hey, I wanted it all clear down to these trees, everything right down on the ground. I want this, I want that. That was all the input I had to give them, and they absolutely killed the job. The other thing is as I stated before, they ran into some snags with this job. And the measure of a good contractor in my book is, can that contractor stick with the job, have the gumption to see it through, you know, without complaining, without wanting to charge extra or whatever. Just complete the job, whatever they signed up for, and just absolutely knock it out of the park for the customer. And that's what they did here. So I'm super excited. We did come through here right after Coty and Justin left, and we ran some sorghum seed down on this area. Now, why did I choose sorghum? Because I talked about doing fescue and orchard grass earlier. Well, it's pretty simple. Both the farm stores around here were out of all their grass seed. It's just too late, and it's getting too hot. As you can see right behind me, it's getting too hot to run any sort of fescue or orchard grass or even clover at this point in the year. It's just getting too hot for it. It's gonna barely germinate and just get burnt right off. So what sorghum is sorghum Sudan grass is a very drought tolerant, fast growing pasture grass, if you will. It's an annual, but it runs deep tap roots, so it's gonna help us kind of break up some of the compaction that might be here. I don't think there's a lot going on in this topsoil, but if there is any, the sorghum is gonna help us fix that. And again, it's an annual. So what I'm doing is trying to hold this bank together with the mulch and the sorghum grass, and then we'll come back later this fall, and we're gonna plant the fescue, maybe some red clover or crimson clover, and some orchard grass for next year. That's the plan for the future, guys. We seeded this, we're gonna let this grow. Fence lines are all clear. We're gonna be building that in the near future. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I had a lot of fun today. Once again, I'd like to thank Coty and Justin for coming out and hooking us up with this absolutely amazing job. That's a wrap for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button for us. It does help us out a lot, and we'll see you next time.